Well, the thing is you have to recognize about racism, I'm saying this as a half black, half white person, right? I think we often confuse racism with pattern recognition. And I know this sounds bad, but it's true. If I walk down the street and a purple man attacks me, and then I walk down the street again and a purple man attacks me, the 2 years later when I'm walking down the street and I see a purple man, I'm going to be more intimidated than if it was a green man, for example. That's pattern recognition. This is how humans learn to not go stroke lions. Because remember that guy stroked the lion and ripped his head off? I'm not going to do that anymore. That's pattern recognition, right? So we also have to address the fact that certain people in certain positions are going to unfortunately have a bias towards certain things because of a pattern they've recognized. That's not racism, right? So I understand that the Romanian police, for a while, they had problems with Russians and a few other nationalities. Anyone who wasn't Romanian was seen as a criminal. And I'm turning up in a super fast car. I'm not Romanian. They're going to want to get me out my car, search my car, get the drug dogs, because that's just the pattern they've recognized. The biggest problems and the biggest busts they've ever had have been non-ethnic Romanians. So I just respect it. I'm not going to sit there and let it bother me. This is another thing that people don't understand about racism. I'm telling you now, people who say America's racist, blah, 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 fine. You could get probably the most racist cop in America. And I'm not going to say all the cops are perfect because I've seen them do some dumb stuff. Of course I have. But in general, I like to believe that if you show someone respect, 99% of the time they show you respect back, regardless of what color they are. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. When the police stop me, I just show absolute respect. I'm just like, oh, I love Romania. I'm so thank you for letting me be here. And after like 10 seconds, I'm like, oh, okay, it's cool. But like, if I was getting out like, hey, why are you stopping me? You're stopping me because I'm foreign. I'm a big dude. Now they're going to be getting their hand on the gun. Like, why? It's just stupid. I don't know. I think a lot of people make a lot of stupid decisions out here. But yeah, in terms of racism, America is absolutely not the most racist country in the world. If you travel like I have, I've been to 72 countries. Basically, every country is more racist than America. And humans are tribalistic, right? And the number one way you're going to destroy racism, if you really want to destroy it, is to stop talking about it. Stop discussing it.
You think that's the solution?
I think it's the beginning of a solution. Okay. I think if we just look at police brutality as opposed to police brutality versus white, black, Asian, let's look at a police brutality. Right now, we have this Stop Asian Hate thing going on. And yeah, it sounds like a good idea. Okay, stop Asian hate. Because you see some Asian person get beat up and it's on the internet. I guarantee yesterday when that Asian person got beat up, a black guy got his ass whooped and a white guy got his ass whooped just the same. People get ass whoopings. Like, why do we have to put a race on the ass whooping? Stop ass whoopings. Why add a race in? Mm-hmm. Stop police brutality. Why add a race in? Why are we adding race to everything? If all you look for is the same thing and you add a race taint to everything, then you're going to see racism. That's how it works. That's how the world works. It's like when you buy a Lambo and you thought you never saw a Lambo before. Now you see them everywhere and you're mad because you thought you were special and you're not. It's the same thing. If all you look for and all you talk about is the same thing, you're going to identify it, right? So we need to stop all police brutality against all people, even against sexy caramel kickboxing world champions. Leave me alone. This is how the world needs to be. But it's just fixation on race. And to tie into maybe the Bitcoin argument a little bit, but I truly believe this is propagated by the ruling elites on purpose.
Why?
Because when a black billionaire meets a white billionaire, do you think there's any racism? Do you think they care? Of course, he's a billionaire. I'm a billionaire. Both our yachts are in Monaco. He's from Algeria. He stole all the gold. I'm a stock market, whatever. There's no racism. The racism's for the poor people. Because if you keep the poor people divided, they can't wake up long enough to do what I did and read about how money works. Because if they do that, we got big trouble, right? Then the slaves will wake up. You don't want to deprogram the slaves. So you have to convince the slaves that it's not the monetary system's fault that you're broke. It's not the monetary system's fault that you continue to work for a set number of dollars and the price of houses just keep going up and up and up. It's not the monetary system's fault. It's the white man's fault or the black man's fault or the Asian people's fault. Someone else's fault. Because if the poor people all fight each other, they can't wake up long enough to look up and go, there's not actually that many of them. Okay. You know, and we can change things. And this is what's crazy about it. I think all this stuff, feminism, racism, all these things, I think they're all control mechanisms. They have to keep the poor people fighting amongst each other because if the poor people all unite, then it's much harder to control us. That's all I really truly believe is happening. I believe we live in a world now where the people who are truly in charge of the world are scrambling, trying to find new mechanisms to control people. They're scrambling because the internet has allowed us to think for ourselves. The old mechanisms of controlling people, the old propaganda machine, like the Vietnam War. Oh, tell them they took one of our boats, put it on the news. Now we can go send young men to die in Vietnam. I was in Vietnam. I'm military aged. Now when I go to Vietnam, we're all happy and smiles, right? 40 years ago, they'd be shooting me. Like all those people died there for what? It's stupid. The whole thing is stupid. And they lied on the news about why we even went there. But now that we have the internet, and now people can look and fact check things themselves to like, oh, okay, well, our propaganda mechanisms, they still work. Corona's proved a lot of that. They still work, but it's getting harder and harder. So we need to distract the people. We need to distract them. Did you know all the police are racist? All of them. Every single police officer is racist. You know they're going to kill you for no reason? Did you know that? Mm-hmm. It's a control mechanism.